Hello.
Huh?
Welcome to Talking Simulator. My name's Coriander Dickinson, and joining me remotely is my co-host Cameron.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here today.
Excellent. It's Tuesday.
Are we sure?
Don't make me check.
I
Well,
I will accept this uh just in order to smooth things along.
yeah. It
Yeah,
better
let's
be
behave
Tuesday.
like it's
No.
Tuesday.
It better be Tuesday if it knows what's
Ooh,
good for it.
it's
If
true.
I came in on a day that wasn't Tuesday, woo! Look out.
Yeah. There will be hell to pay.
I will be in a mood. I might have to faint upon my divan. My melancholy will be unwieldy. Angst. Ever since I learned that angst is like wishing things would be different,
Hmm.
it's made a lot more sense to me because I used to conflate it with just like emo stuff.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
would just be
yeah.
in that little box of just like you feel sad. Teenagers feel sad. It's
Hmm.
like, oh no, teenagers just don't want things to be the way they are. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, like teenagers are still of the opinion that like when you tell them something isn't fair, they will ask you why instead of just going, okay.
Oh, yeah. Haven't been beaten down by the
Yes,
hard knocks of life.
that's just the way it is.
Hmm.
But why is not a satisfying answer.
We should reject it all. Just tear it up sad style. Throw a party in our hotel room. Flush
Mm-hmm.
all the evidence.
Yeah,
And drive our cars into the sea.
because it's not going to change anything.
No.
Evidence, truth, investigation, it's
Ugh.
not going to fix anything.
It's
The
cramping my
truth doesn't matter.
style. Like, I am full of the infinite. Like,
Hmm.
I want to just go and hang with my buddies and get
Yeah,
crunk.
we've done this for 18 years. We've killed 3 people. By the end of this investigation, we may have killed as many as 6. Is it going to make the world better? Yeah,
No.
probably. Well, I mean, like,
Yes. I think,
due to the
yeah.
nature of some of those people.
Some of
Actually,
those
no, we'll have
people.
killed the 3 mercenaries. We can have killed Ruby and the defector.
Yeah. I. He's just old. Like, it was gonna happen anyways.
Yeah, like he is. Isn't the implication with the defectors that the phasmid has been keeping him alive?
Yeah. He
Right, like
has.
he is unnaturally old.
Yes. And full of cancer.
Yeah. I forget, is there anyone else that we can kill without ending the game?
Let's see. Ourselves is a game over.
Mm-hmm.
Uh. Kim can get shot, but I don't think he dies. Uh. We can convince people to make some very bad choices that later on in the far future.
Yeah. Will have consequences.
Yeah. Like,
But I think that's
the crab man in the church, right? Like, by not convincing
yeah.
him to not stick his head in a void in space, like, we're partly responsible for at least a death of personality there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Death of personality. That is what is that from? Is it Star Trek? Being sentenced to death of personality?
That sounds like a thing.
Yeah, that they would come across and then have to have like a debate about whether to interfere in it.
Yeah. Babylon 5. Yeah.
Babylon 5, right. It was Psychor.
Psychor.
Psychor would erase your mind, yeah.
Babylon 5's weird.
I hope the new one is good.
Well, Sense8 was good, so I hope I hope Babylon 5, the new one, is more like Sense8.
Yeah, yeah, I hope there are fewer Centauri penises being used to cheat at poker. It's so...
It's like like one of the longer squid arms.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a Kleenex and then we begin our adventure for the day.
Sounds good. So, what are the haps, chat? I mean, we can debate about the merits of tentacle peni in Babylon 5, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Is that the garbage can? What's the garbage can?
Oh, it is too.
Be gone!
The field
Clean.
The field of view of the webcam is both extremely broad for everything you don't want in shot and extremely narrow when you do.
And it's artificially zoomed in, too.
Like when there are multiple people in studio, crowding everyone into shot is work. It's so much work. Yet,
Like,
however,
the
if a
width
chair
of
is like
chair arms, like that, this is too wide.
yeah.
We should just have like little sawhorses to straddle.
Like at life painting or life drawing.
Yeah. Or we could get like little motorbike controllers that do the lean.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What if we had little rocking horses? With little animals? Like, I could
Yeah.
sit in the office and just rock on a little, like, elephant while I'm video gaming?
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
oh. All right. Now I'm ready.
Let us begin.
Continue. Continue. Okay. So we just interrogated this man for no reason.
I just wanted to say hi to him.
Yeah.
See if he would give us track pants.
You get pants from Kuno. They're 500 monies.
Are they? Oh, wow.
Hello,
You there,
Lisa.
urchin. Shouldn't you be at school?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
School's stupid.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Bye. Don't know if I have to see if something's wrong with her.
Yeah, because she has a
before.
hat for you, right?
Hello again,
Yeah.
esteemed officer.
Is that
And
your
welcome-
daughter?
Oh yes. How's my precious doing? She's a good. Mind
Boom.
your own business, sir. In our society,
Maybe we already
children get
failed.
to tell each other how to raise their children.
The
Possibly.
woman before you scans.
I want to get her inside. What happened to the empathy check? We redid it and did it perfectly the second time. Nailed it. Flawless.
Hello,
The
sir. My name
the
is Annette.
the
Feel free to
the
step
notification
in
of
and drive our
death.
way. I'm signaling that the
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face.
kind of you to.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Should I have a word?
Oh no, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers.
Failure!
Oh well, pave the save. We didn't get the boots. We didn't get.
Didn't get this hat, so we can't go Mullen style.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna rebuild communism.
Yes. If there's one thing we can do, we are the last communist. We are the first communist.
Okay. Maybe I can figure out why Renee stands so tall. Get his medal from him. Oh, composure.
God damn it. Pull yourself together, René.
Let's
What
talk
do you
about Philippe.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Tell me about the cocaine.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. Ah, his egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
Regnum cocainum. That's some fake Latin right there.
Rule cocaine.
You know?
Cocaine rule the waves.
I think you're thinking of opium.
Oh right, yes, my bad.
Of course, clarity of vision, awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. Her court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor. And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able
Yeah.
to connect with higher realms.
I love the concept of the virgin birth applied to cocaine.
Yeah.
Our king was. They say our king was born high.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
Okay. Truckers shouldn't even operate heavy machinery. What was that about higher realms?
It's really
Yeah.
not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Cocaine fairy tales. Ah, the 70s.
Yeah. The cocaine fairy tale. Okay, so once upon a time there was this fairy godmother, and she was just the biggest thing you'd ever seen in your life. And then, okay, we're gonna make it
Studio
recyclable, so the
54,
environmentalists will love
and-
it, and then we'll also make it like an NFT, so those people will love it, and we're just gonna make millions, and it's going to be great. And then, like,
The lights were so bright, and there was glitter everywhere, and everyone was happy.
yeah, like I just want to take. as Spady Slick in chat points out, you just take Renee aside and say, no, you're describing Paul Muad'Dib. You're describing the birth of Paul Atreides, who would later become God Emperor. He isn't God Emperor of Doom. That's Leto.
Yeah. But I saw a tweet that was just like, wow, Timothée Chalamet was miscast. He would have been better cast as a villain.
Yes. You're right. Although, like, anyone just watching the first film, anyone watching the Dune film would be mistaken for not knowing that. Right? Like,
yeah.
The decision of where to cut that film was made, I think, deliberately, but it certainly doesn't. The Dune film does kind of present the white savior veneer of Dune pretty uncritically. Or at least you would have to do some pretty heavy scratching of the surface if you're only familiar with the Villeneuve film. Right? To get at any of the relatively gentle anti-colonialist themes of the Dune novel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even get Layet Kynes to go all environmental.
No.
Like, why even have that character?
Yeah.
Could have just used more mapes. Whatever.
Yep. I did think that the laser beams were pretty cool, though.
To investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Also, the Atreides phalanx was sweet and a good idea. I thought that was pretty cool, too.
And let's not forget Tiny Umbrella.
Ooh, yes. Although, why are you even having Gurney if you don't have him playing the balisette?
I know!
Was it... I'm sorry, Denis Villeneuve. Is the balisette not masculine enough for your vision of House Atreides? He's the bard.
Which is why, like, Patrick Stewart was a perfect casting the first time, right?
Yeah.
And I
He
like,
gets
I
out there
agree.
and he owns it.
Like, Duncan Idaho, I think they spot on.
Yeah. Duncan Idaho's a giant jock.
Yeah. Bro.
Gurney is a warrior poet. Who plays a weird space instrument that is never really described, I think.
It's like a lute.
Yeah.
Anyways, tell me more about cocaine.
Decisively. That fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
People. But which one of these gets me cocaine?
Yeah, does Renee have cocaine? Are you holding out on us?
Yeah.
Revachol would be a different place if more people realized that. We could still be there.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
But I don't want to talk about anything else. Volition!
Right.
Alright.
Volition being a giant useless dork as usual.
Oh, I've got points for days. Composure? Composure. My composure's so massive.
I like playing.
We are unfucking flappable.
Instincts. Feels like being on recon again.
Just gonna, like, stone face this one. Just
Still, all you see is an old soldier refuses to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
I'll come back later.
Anything else I can assist?
Goodbye. Time is it? 7. Let's check our to-do list. Oh, right. Buying the thingy. So I have to come back later tonight to talk to Classia, or tomorrow. I'm gonna hook up our sleeping arrangement, or maybe if I bungle it, Kim will give me his hubcaps, and I'll be wealthy.
We can't break Kim's heart like that. He loved those hubcaps.
He was definitely not gonna put them on his sweet cop ride.
No. No. He's now never going to get them.
Just looking for money. Money, money, money. I need my crowbar for the money. No, get money. Oh, cool shades. Fine.
Ooh.
Empathy shades.
They make people like us.
Magnesium. Now I can crank it sideways. Just mag it up.
Money.
Just lying here on the ground. 50 cents. $1.20. Glory to the ghosts of us. Ah, very thematic.
Hmm.
Oop, oop, well. Music collection. We can do karaoke.
Ooh. Yes. We have finally... Are we dramatic enough? Do we have the capacity for drama?
I mean, we could wear that slick kimono.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. There's also some shades, I think,
Cool shades.
that enhance our drama.
The mesh tank top. Can we wear the... Yeah, we can wear the mesh tank top at the same time as the robe. I think they go in different slots. Inter-isolary trousers. No icon.
Huh. Just invisible pants.
Do these pants make my opinions look flat?
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense.
Get out of
Let's
here.
hope no one saw you wearing those outrageously regular, almost moralist pants.
There we go. Now my
That
legs
must be
can
quite a-
breathe.
That must be quite a thought. Pull on a pair of pants, like, nod appreciatively at them, and then shake your head no, and they just disintegrate. They vanish off of you.
Pants. I think that's a bench I can sit on and not full of candy.
Worn and beaten
Okay.
wooden-
You can revisit.
cakey. Wait, St. Baptiste Preptide. Oh. Oh, amphetamines.
Oh, just on the floor?
Yeah. And by amphetamines, I mean speed. This will make me go fast for days. I won't ever need pants again.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You didn't raise any hell. You were quite helpful, actually. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
I'm totally an ill omen. It's exactly what I've been telling everybody. The end is here.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen.
It's yes and
Victims
Kim.
have told us.
Yeah. God, Kim, what the fuck? What the
Kayfabe.
fuck, Kim?
Kim.
Maybe they are afraid.
You just hard-note us.
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
Gekyoryu, you can split the whole of existence into two camps, amphetamines and am not amphetamines. Welcome, Raiders!
Oh, yes. Yeah. Welcome very much.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others.
It's okay, I've already found a spot for my car.
Yeah, we were able to find parking here easily. We
Long
might teach some
term.
children. We might teach some children to swear.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
I want somewhere to sleep.
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
You're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
I'm not sure it's appropriate.
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
Why isn't anyone using it?
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
I can just have it.
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
It would help me stay in touch with the proletariat.
You best not be plotting another revolution under my roof. We barely got through the last one. But the room, do you want it?
I'll take it.
Don't make
Indeed.
an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
It's better than a dumpster.
And it's free, Kim. We're saving the precinct money. The people's money.
This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking.
Got a bottle of blue fluid with my name on it.
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your back, Bratan. This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
It is the love shack. What's in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
But
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
this place is pornographically poor.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
It's a cold, cynical smile.
Riddles fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
I'm lost too.
Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days.
Oh, maybe I should just stay here and disappear completely.
Maybe it would be easy. But right now you want something from me, right?
There's gotta be something here.
Over there you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
What's the pox?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Alright,
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
bye. Yes. Oh. Money? Money! I need money to live.
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangements. But just so you know,
Uh-huh.
after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You
Bam. Money? Postcard. Oh. Oh. Jacket.
Oh. Ooh.
What's this?
I would love to actually figure out what all the music cues in this, like how they relate.
Yeah.
Why are we hearing Want to Be Free here? It's a very melancholy song, right? But like, does it have any other associations? The truck driver sings it, we hear it here, and we play it, we blast it from the boombox on our way to the our confrontation with Destiny.
Like, I feel like it's kind of parallel to, like, the open, abandoned spaces of this section of the island.
Yeah, like, is this the song for the wastelands? Or is this more to do with liminal spaces, like places in transition? Je ne sais pas. Or maybe there's no consistent use of it, and it just sounds nice. Did Ruby stay here?
Yes.
You see the reflection of your face in it. But with
Is it associated with the Pale?
expression.
With command of the Pale?
Potentially.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Okay, I'm not gonna shave.
What are the skills that are kind of like constantly being rolled for? There's observation, or what is it?
Perception.
Perception.
We've hit a
Reaction
lot
time.
of volition. Yeah, reaction time.
Right.
Rhetoric comes up a lot in conversation.
Encyclopedia as well, I think, right?
Yeah, that's just when you're
There's-
out and about looking at stuff.
Yeah.
Shivers can be triggered by like different weather effects.
Right, yeah. Shivers is kind of like the soul of Martinez, right?
Yeah.
Or your ability to relate to your environment. Like to feel it, like Shivers is in physique because it's your,
It's physical. It's
it's
your body.
a physical thing. You feel it in your chest, right?
Yeah. Or like
It's
your
that
skin.
kind of relationship to your environment. Shivers is the baseline beating at your lungs. It's your gut. Yeah, actually, that's a good way of putting it. But like, how often does a half-light check come up?
If you're about to do something scary, like physical confrontation, but also like climbing a ladder.
Hmm.
And you also don't always see checks that you fail.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Money posts.
Half-light is fight or flight.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that? Oh, magnesium.
Yeah. Money. Okay, let's look at the door, and then
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
rattle.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
Inspect.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Touchy.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Gross. Look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
What makes it so modern?
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What's junior delinquency?
For Revachol aussi, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Padlock, padlock, padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
In the ledger.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Ooh. Staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Back away.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Not interested.
It does seem rather irrelevant to our case.
Or is it? So should I pry the door open or go get the keys from the boys?
I mean, we do kind of need to talk to the boys anyways, don't we? Well, not need, but...
Not need.
Not need. Dealer's choice.
I think we have a really good chance of catching the keys because our interface is really high.
Yeah.
Or rather, our hand-eye coordination.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Ba-bum.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Ba-ba. Please don't die. Thank you. Sweat and laundry detergent. Engine starting fluid, nasal spray, speakers, water. Alright, let's talk to Andre.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
I love Egghead.
He is rapturous.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted?
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of Narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
These poor lads with their pure intentions.
Strike that! The world! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Are we, though?
Okay. If I tell them I do drugs, will they hook me up with drugs?
Hey, there's nothing forward-thinking teenagers love more than a 40-ish-year-old cop who's telling them that he too is cool.
Oh no. Okay. What's really bad about dopeheads and burnouts? Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, what are you trying to say here?
What do you mean spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Bad signs is
Yeah.
such a good term.
I've been using it ever since. You gotta sync signs.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, just imagining, like, if you don't fix their spook problem, and they do try to have a dance club, and it's just kind of like the ball pit at DashCon. It's just like, there's just this, like, little turntable, and then some creepy people.
Ugh. No good.
Be like if you had, like... Okay, I went to an anime convention that was being held in the same building as a dentistry convention. And the crowds... they had to use the same doors, but... they're not the same type.
Distressing.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
And, like, the main stage was next to the artist alley. And, like, they were in it was a big hall, like a drill hall. So just, like, the stage was, like, thumping music. And then little artist alley trying to do their business. And they had the metal fence that pegs together, like they used to
Oh, yeah. Fence off construction sites.
fence off construction sites here, and they started disassembling it during our show. It was the loudest thing on the planet. Ugh. So yeah, I imagine it's just like they're trying to do their thing, and someone's disassembling a fence next to them.
Perfectly normal. Perfectly normal.
All right. Yeah, I'll go in the building.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
This has to work.
Something has to break for
You
us.
sense the trajectory of
Yeah.
the piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Bask.
The young man with ribcage-shaped suspenders looks at you, standing there, with a goofy grin on your face. Feels nice.
We prove
It would feel a whole
we-
lot less nice had you dropped them. Or worse, got hit in the eye with them. Good thing that didn't happen.
we proved to the kids that we're cool.
Yep. We're not so old, you and I.
Now the teens will respect us.
Maybe?
How can you be sure people you locked in the church haven't died?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85%'s good enough. No one lives forever, baby.
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought. The cage of the rage! Rough blaze!
Egg means the situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. As always,
Should I try to navigate eggs?
We can try, yeah.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Here comes the night!
Could there have been a right way out of this garden forking path, you think?
Come on.
The
Okay, I
young
think it's
man
say nothing
with the
once.
tape recorder.
This is hardcore! Hardcore!
Is it really?
Yeah!
Yeah?
Yeah?
Materialski, materialski!
Ah. Okay, I think I'm on the right track.
Hardcore!
Nothing.
Hardcore!
Is it really?
Yeah!
Doesn't sound all that hard to me.
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born, and the amount of lyrics I got is against the law.
Alright, one more time.
Close, true, hard.
Is it?
It's hardcore.
I don't know what to say to that.
Skipper,
Damn.
skipper danger. I am the rearranger.
Fine.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Saw a sticker on the padlock.
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Yellow circle, human face, X's for eyes, smile underneath. The X's means the guy's dead.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by classical solarist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
Seems awesome.
It is.
Was I right? Is the dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked
Yeah.
23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Really?
Really.
Why do you think that's so?
We're all the same. Same eyes, Same smiles, same death.
But what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How come the present moment and life are the hardcore? The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Thinking maybe the smiling dead guy is a symbol for communism. It's also dead but doesn't care.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
Cool.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Are the signs alright?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. You heard me.
Alright, I think it's time for a break.
All right.
Should I just leave us with these pumping tunes for the duration?
Yeah, let's.
Alright. We will be back after some messages, chat. Please refill your fluids.
Jamrock, I can't hear you.
Yakatoto! Hardcore. Alright.
Hardcore.
Hello again, everyone. We're on our way to church. What delicious, spooky secrets will we find inside?
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The
Ka-ching!
lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes.
This church is also cursed to bankruptcy.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
Smooth. Like butter.
Ooh.
Fresh creamery butter. Oh. Forked lightning. Can I read the prayer book? No, I can't. Radio frequencies. Spin, spin, spin. Tape recorder.
Is this our first encounter with the innocents?
Yep.
Or with the innocent? Yeah. Oh, what's her name isn't here yet.
Suna? No. She walks in later, after you muck with her machine.
in white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
Yeah, Johansson, we haven't bought the book, and we didn't really putter around in Roy's shop at all.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress.
I love the iconography of the glowing lungs.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I suppose, or standing in for the Catholic Sacred Heart.
Yep.
But I suppose more connected to what? Speech? Breath?
Yep. Exactly.
Hmm.
Neil?
Hmm?
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There, you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
I guess then it's morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Let's try the encyclopedia check. And then a conversation before reconstruction.
Okay, yeah.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Also, I love the name Dolores Day.
Because of
Right?
suffering?
Like, yeah, the suffering of God, right?
Yeah.
Or the sorrow of God.
But I like the... she lived in a documented time and got shot. Like, her hero story is more modern.
Yes, yeah. She's. It's only about 100 years, or was it 300?
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
Yeah. I suppose
No
I could
amount
just
of
look this
Commodore
up.
Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge
here we go.
and haunts you still.
When did
and
she
will haunt
rule?
you forever, as it haunts all men. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Mawindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
Yeah, so she's like a new world figure.
Right. So a bit of connection with Colombia.
Well, just colonialism, I think.
Yeah, a colonial saint or a colonial figure, but also like, yeah, the patron saint of Martinez, right? Or the Interisolari Isola, or the Insulindian.
The modern world.
The modern, okay, yeah, the
Like,
modern
she
world.
created the
Right.
modern world through force.
Mm-hmm.
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Seren, modern-day Sir Laclay. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yeah!
Also,
Big Papa! More boring history. Gotta keep it light, man. Keep it moving. Get fucked up instead.
Uh-huh.
Harry's, I think, quite personal association of her with apricot-colored light.
It's somewhat like his ex isn't her, but is her.
Yeah, they're elements. He's conflated the two somewhat. They aren't like superimposed entirely. But her presence in his life has some overlap.
Yeah.
Like pain and suffering and promise, I think. New beginnings,
Yeah.
maybe.
Or just the promise that something is forever, like eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The concept of eternity.
Yeah, because she's like an immortal figure.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, where's this coming from, Necktie?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
Fuck this pain, Bratan. It's unhealthy.
No, you must know.
Yeah.
Also,
was
I
she
was-
smart? Sorry.
I know I always begin my sentences with also. It's a verbal tick I should probably curb. I really enjoy the slang in this game for the most part because it's very instantly parsable.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Necktie calls us Breton, which, you know, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But Binoclard
Yep.
is clearly some kind of nerd who wears glasses. Right? It immediately summons the image of, like, a dork. 4 eyes, might as well be, but I suppose it's literally two wearer or enthusiast of 2 eyes. Poindexter.
Yeah, it's like binocular vision, binoclard.
Yeah.
I think Johansson has a good point in how Harry deifies his ex.
Yes.
And that she had, or she's like an authority figure from his life, in that she, let's say, single-handedly destroyed his life from his perspective.
Yes. She looms large.
Yeah.
Right. She's a foundational figure. Especially for us now with our retrograde amnesia.
Yeah.
Having this deific figure, like, looming over us. Like this. Because later when we talk to Jean, our partner from our own police precinct, he's like, her? That was before my time. You never talk about her.
Yeah, it was like a decade ago.
Yeah. And the impression that we get from that is that, as far as anyone else can tell, she's like a non-entity. You had an ex. We all knew that you were like, you know, you absorb that somebody was divorced, even though they weren't married. But, like, you know, it's the kind of thing. That kind of thing, right? It's not something you talk about, it seems.
Yeah. Okay, 6 years.
Until you had everything else wiped away.
But it's like his self-destructive behavior originates with the pain of that relationship.
Yes, yeah. It's like it is submerged, but it still defines everything. Right. I forget the is it in there's psychoanalytic theory that identifies this thing called the chora, CHORA, that is like deeply submerged, but determines the pattern of everything else above it.
And I guess that's I think it grounds him in the pain of the community that he's in. It's like he fits very well into that slot. Like, he empathizes well because of it.
Well, yeah, okay, that, he isn't religious, but this religion makes sense to him as a, as you say, he empathizes with the religious devotion to Dolores Day because it's the same kind of feeling for him, his devotion to Doris, right? That was her name?
Yeah. But also it's like the collapse of the community after being neglected,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Like, the community has also been abandoned by the Promise.
Yes. It's like conquered and ruined and then left in that ruin.
Yeah. So, like, it's, Martinez is a shambles, and so is Harry.
Which is why we're a communist now.
Yeah. We're the reincarnation of Krasmazov.
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history.
Wow.
The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
More.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supremwindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Ooh.
In a city called Advesperaskit, in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress, on an emptied-out plaza, with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen. One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. Something that had walked in our midst. watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the innocents.
I kind of love that.
Yeah.
Like, you are not human. You are something else that is trying to interfere with our development.
Mm-hmm. Take advantage of us by giving us stuff that we would have had anyways, you know.
Yeah. We could have done this on our own, probably.
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
I love Encyclopedia's big brain. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But
as Rilke says, every angel is terrifying.
Yes.
I feel it's mandatory for me to bring up Rilke whenever we're talking about the concept of religious terror or awe.
Yeah, awe. Because something awesome is
That which
terrifying.
inspires awe. Yeah, in the same way that something that is terrific
is also terrorific.
Yes.
Yeah, people just don't get that.
Mm.
It's like, sometimes it's scary.
terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
Was there something bad about her?
You already do. Although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
I feel like
implying that
the naming Marguerite is deliberate.
Yeah. Also the Army of Humanity implying, you know, if this is the Army of Humanity, who are they fighting?
Right? So, you know, just starting a crusade, you know, to stop separatists.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just thinking about Magritte.
You know, Cameron, his arms wide.
The Son of Man, his head an apple, you know.
Suggesting that those who fight against it are not part of humanity.
Okay, but Magritte did some really good mermaid drawings. And by mermaid, I mean reverse mermaid. really good ones. Also the oh god, what's it called? The pipe painting, the
what is that actually called? I will look it up.
There's lots of them.
Treachery of images.
Treachery of images. There's several of them. That's not the only one of that he did, and they have different names. It was an idea he played with a lot.
Well, when you've got it in your head.
Yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Officer, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
What?
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
War criminal.
She's not human?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where we want to go with this?
2? Chat wants 2.
2 is good.
I kind of like 2.
Strict observation.
Yeah. Wow. This is weird. When you step back and really think about it.
Shit's fucked.
Ooh, the bourgeois. 3 is communist, isn't it?
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case. None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in. Yes, I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew it?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know? Tell me your secrets, wizard.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the Revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Humst.
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out why.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Note to chat, if you need to talk to us about business stuff, then email info@loadingreadyrun.com. Let's see. Kim, are you religious?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Delorian in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
She looks like a lever.
I have no idea what you mean by that. We've been standing here long enough. We should look around, or get out.
Okay, alright.
One time. One time.
The shards glisten. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
Harumph. I'll come back later. Don't go anywhere, broken stained glass window.
Oh, I forgot the shoes.
Yeah, free shoes and a scarf and is there anything else? Pants?
I guess there's the swallow.
Banger scarf. And what's this?
Silence in this part of the church. It's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
What's this?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Can't hear shit.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Yeah, what if they wanted to discourage singing and dancing?
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Boom! Easy. Easy game.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Is it on the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
I should watch it.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no. You've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Tiago, the pale addict. Well,
The
I
shadow
mean...
is a man. A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I'm a policeman. I need to talk about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Wade. I could smell the control all the way over here.
You don't know me. You don't know what it's like. There's something pursuing me. White and very sad.
I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bar. Shit was dark, Holmes.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Kim's like, we should leave. And then the guy's like, he should stop drinking. And Kim's like,
It's
we
like-
should listen to this guy.
Yeah, listen to the nude man hanging out in the rafters of the church.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention.
Fuck you, crap man! You don't tell us what to do!
Yeah. Who do you think you are, some crazy guy under the roof? What is this shit?
It doesn't matter who I am, Wade. I'm just bringing you the message of the mother's love. She don't want you to hang yourself on your own stubbornness. This is the church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Hey, only one of us says random crap to throw people off.
Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways.
Did you just climb down from the church tower?
Sure did, Holmes.
Are you human?
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Until the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
What does he mean, in part?
You sound like you're not from around here.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Ravishop. You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore. Don't really matter though.
Well, at least you're human.
Glad you.
I'll have you know that we have many Mesk friends.
Always.
Like Elaine.
Yeah.
Although I suppose Elaine has a more Barcelona accent.
A little bit.
Does Elaine have the Catalan lisp?
Nice.
Yeah, Call Me Mañana is Mesk.
Yeah, Simply Dave. Mesk for true barbecue flavor. Okay, other
The
questions?
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
What you doing?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'd be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Do you mean her?
No, no, no. There's a new god in town. And she can be painted or sculpted. Because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me. But I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes. And no one ever will.
What happens when you drink from the perforation? Is it like that accident with that guy that got a photon through his head?
Or a railroad spike.
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
It's gonna spaghettify. Spaghetti's very much at one with the world.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
I guess.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Explain again.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Sing about the coming apocalypse.
I am from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
He lost his cool there for a moment. Seems you hit some nerve.
Did you suffer some singing tragedy?
Maybe I did. It don't matter no more. But I was talking about the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
I want to go back through that loop again and pick the other option.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I am from...
He lost his cool there for a moment. Seems you hit some nerve.
Seems to upset you. You said you didn't really remember your past. Got him.
Yep.
Things come back in flashes when something reminds me. Sometimes they even seem important again. Really important. But then, thanks to the mother, they're gone again. But I was talking about the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
Are these yours?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
They look pretty dapper, actually.
How'd you find this place?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Does it mean he witnessed the police raid?
Yeah.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Did you see the police raid?
Something like that.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
What about the nightclub then?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Do you know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
The Ep8 is Grandma?
There is another person, and she's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
You don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
It's hard to have roommates.
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So that's it?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Alright. Sounds great. Doodly doodly doo. Can I do the do?
The mother of humanism stands above
Yes.
you. A precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad. Nothing, just the edge of the crack spark.
Okay, okay. Will this make us smarter? Why don't we have any cigarettes?
I smoked them all.
Again?
They were so good.
Disgusting.
Hmm.
Look at this. Whoa. The
Whoa.
way Kim is lying in front of us?
Oh, yeah.
That's anyways. Oh wait, was the conceptualization coming from our jacket? No, we're good. Wait, this one also. Oh, +2. Look at us go.
Ooh, yeah.
Or was it visual calculus?
It's visual calculus, though.
A precious and complex.
That doesn't help at all. Go away. Ooh. Ah. We need to get more clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They can be so helpful.
We just need more visual calculus.
Mm-hmm.
And cigarettes.
Speed.
Do you think?
Eh.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
Oh.
A precious and complex
We got
wax
this.
painting.
Oh,
got
yeah.
this.
Yeah, absolutely. Guaranteed.
Jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
I always forget that it's leitmotif and not leitmotif. I always want to say leitmotif.
Mm-hmm.
What's the motto?
It's like how I always want to call the opera.
Luminous black letters. Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
The pale, right? After the pale, or after the world, the pale. After the pale, the world.
Uh-huh.
And then after life, death. After death, life again.
And then along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Interesting. What did you want to say about the opera?
Oh, how I always want to call it Turandot, but it's actually Turandot. And you're just like, that doesn't feel right. It's supposed to be more Euro-y, right?
That's like people that add like the, what's it called, Enya to the habanero, when they're like habanero, and I'm like, that's not.
Oh yeah.
No, you're trying too hard.
Mm-hmm.
What's shattered the mosaic?
Unknown.
Who's old woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
They're just normal men. Just
They're
innocent
just
men.
innocent men.
Death.
Are
Life
we
again.
too
To
online?
the world. After the pain, the world again.
Like, I like to say that I'm just terminally online. Like, like there's no stopping now. There's no way back. I cannot go back to real life.
No.
No.
No. No. No.
No. I need all of the Disco Elysium fan art. A lot of really good stuff comes along my timeline.
I mean, like, how online are you? I was buying a book in a bookstore. I've told this story many times, I'm sure.
You try to
And
click
the
on a
total-
physical object?
No, the total on the register came up to like, I don't know, something like, something so many dollars and 69 cents. And I reflexively said, nice.
Yeah.
And the cashier was just like, oh, okay, well, have a nice day. Goodbye. Seemed very uncomfortable, and I just ruined her day for no reason. Because I have brain worms, I guess.
From the internet, yeah.
Yeah, from the internet.
Well, it's like how, like, a song that gets stuck in your head is an earworm. And the maymays are effectively brain worms. And the internet is just full of the maymays.
Yup. It's inescapable.
I'm trying to think if there's anything.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, I tried to reference a meme in a conversation the other day and it did not go well. I had to explain the meme.
Oh. Oh. No.
Not even once. No.
No. No.
When that happens with my dad, it's either me describing something that happened on the internet or me describing the plot of a movie or book I'm reading. And then he'll be like, wow, what'll they think of next? He's always just so amazed that people come up with all these ideas. It's amazing. And I'm like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
I don't know. I think that motto is kind of the hardest thing I've ever heard.
It is French, which is just inherently feminine.
True. We have a soft side. We're sophisticated.
Not in the police, we're not. We're the defenders of capital.
Yeah, fuck the police. But we're the police. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim.
Exactly.
Fuck us.
What's the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Not very feminine.
Not at all.
I like the other one better.
The mother of humanism towers above you.
All right. So, I've said that. I've said that.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Is that like water harp noise?
It's very kind of like Forbidden Planet. Theremin soundtrack.
Yeah.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Let me just investigate.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open.
Virescent.
Ooh.
The lieutenant says
good
nothing.
word.
You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents.
Okay. How about we take another break here, and then do you want to try karaoke? Should we?
We could chuck those dice. It is getting towards nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Sounds like a plan, everybody. We will be back shortly. I have returned. I'm going to carry through with my plans. Getting out of the church, using the map. Actually, I have to look at the tape first, and then I can decide to do karaoke.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal-reel at hand. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad.
That's nice.
A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Okay. Yes, original Daibo. We have a dream tonight, and hopefully we do it so that we get our what's the quest called? Informaterialist?
I've been muted this whole time.
Welcome back.
I also have a snack, so I'm going to be riding the mute button.
Got the 20 real?
No.
And why another thing? Great. I love those. Yes?
No?
Another thing. Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
Yo, Lena. Lena's a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What? Did someone mention my name?
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here. Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else?
I got into the room behind the blue steel door.
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really, really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you gonna ask?
Okay, what is back there?
The black gaping maw at the end of time.
There is no gaping maw. If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. That's okay.
Pinball machines. Pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? I might be up for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. Yes?
Okay. I thought the way to trigger karaoke was to look at the karaoke stuff and acknowledge it and then tell Gert that you were gonna do sadness. So I think I'm gonna go sell a postcard if I've got one and buy the thing's 20, right? Or is it 18? Do I have crap to sell? No. Need to listen to the tape. Yeah. Do I have any bottles? Actually, I should equip my baggie. Look for some bottles.
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk.
Ka-ching!
Cash money.
Oh, is that a bottle? Enhance.
Computer.
Kim!
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
The boomboxes wait on the shelf.
And here you are.
We got it. Let's hear some banging tunes. There it is. Party music. Alright.
The porter reel is you press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Should I hold it close or?
Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad.
Oh.
Within
Goose
seconds,
pimples.
you know this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
Gart.
Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you...
Alright. Here we go. Party time. Excellent. Just gonna check my wardrobe first. We got mesh top. I'm not gonna wear this stupid jacket. It's a look.
It is a look, but is it the look?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not replacing the necktie.
We're not going to wear the kimono.
I
Doesn't
hate
it
the thing.
enhance drama?
I hate
Oh,
it.
you do? Okay.
We don't need the kimono.
Can I help you? No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
It's part of my quest of self-discovery. Help me.
The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers.
Why do we even have a PA system?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
It's for your clients. I know it's used.
Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
I'm a real client.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
It's alright. I brought my own music.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him.
Poor
Begins to
guard.
frown. Hard.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Hands empty. Oh, do I want a beer first? No, it would be cigarettes.
Yeah. A smoke will get us most of the way there.
I'm gonna go buy cigarettes. I know this is delaying the inevitable, but... we should have cigarettes. Ooh. A lot happening out here. Is this the night Renee dies?
Is it?
Is it?
But he owed us cocaine.
Well, now he can't die. That one.
A colorful display of cigarette. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. The beauty, the truth, The poetry of it all.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Don't ask. Don't look. Don't do anything here. Just go away.
Astro.
Get back to work.
Here you go, mister.
So I need $30 for the pale aged vodka. I mean, real. Should I smoke it outside or take it inside for extra cool ambience on the stage?
Ooh. Tough call.
Because if I've got it in hand, I can rip one during.
There it is.
Well,
you picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What are you waiting for? Light up. Re-become yourself.
Oh yes, Bratan! Please light up! You need a trooper between your lips right now! Calm your shit down! Go to Pleasureland! Become a genius!
Already you regret it, looking at the pack. But don't worry. You can come back to this later. The army of smokes is honorable and faithful to you. You have your entire life to return to it.
You've passed up your chance.
alrighty.
The stage is all set up for your performance. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
Limber up.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know
Oh,
when I
God.
turn on the karaoke carousel.
Corey. Oh, we can't do it on stage.
Oh, can I not do it in this room?
Do we have to go outside to smoke?
Oh.
Like a common teenager?
Gross.
Weird.
Meow. Meow. Is this because the tutorial?
Did we skip it? Can we not have smokes now? Did we turn down the electrochemistry quest to find cigarettes and alcohol?
Okay, well, I'm going to level up drama once. It's blinking when I mouse over it.
Maybe if we
Hello,
quit and reload.
Raiders.
Oh yeah, welcome Raiders. Welcome Addie.
If the check comes back, I can spend some time learning how to read.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, A Primer for Small Kids. There's a bear involved. This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life.
Oh.
The alphabet. Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows. A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete. H is for homeboy. I is for econ. J is for Ura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion. Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for Wahrheit. X is for xylophone. Y is for Ustava. Z is for zenith.
What's that word? What's Ustava? Chat.
That's it. You know the alphabet.
Let's.
Now can I smoke?
Friend, maybe, if it's the Finnish word.
Well, hello. Light reflects off. Wow. But I don't know about this.
Gonna ignore the thought, and I'll read the tutorial text this time.
Fine. Yes, it's not all of us.
You've passed up your chance to start drinking alcohol for now, but don't worry. The option to start drinking becomes available again in 2 hours.
Why?
Yeah, that was to confirm the smoking thing. I'll just hold on to them. If this goes poorly, it's not because I flubbed that.
You can just save scum.
The stage is all you feel and
So, are you ready for your thing?
the air is
Oh no.
with anticipation.
Did I succeed? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You did. This is what success sounds like.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat suddenly.
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Sansan. Now it once was larger. How the real may rest there. Down through the mist there. Towards the Seven Sisters. Towards those pale cliffs there.
Yes, Wedge, this is the Pixies.
I would often stay
We're doing Waves of
there.
Mutilation next.
In the tiny yard there, I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone. None of this matters. At all.
Do you hear that? The most pathetic applause in the world. Made of pity. No one liked you. They think you're a joke.
Oh, I forgot our outburst.
Yeah.
Your words echo.
Quit yelling into the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. Or
I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay? That's it. I'm unplugging it.
that's it. You're unpowered.
Let's go, officer. These
They
people
cut
wouldn't
the
know a
mic.
good performance if it be.
Alright. I'll reload. Just gonna throw a couple more points in the little drama slot. This will solve everything. Everything's gonna work so good now.
The stage is all you feel a little.
So, are you ready for your thing now?
I'm gonna look at the
Let me
room.
know when
I'm
I
not
should
gonna
turn on
scream
the
into the
karaoke
microphone.
carousel.
The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention. But still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse.
Ugh.
They are going to hate you. Just make sure you move, okay? Don't be stiff. The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there. The smallest church in San. Though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there. Toward the Seven Sisters. Toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
Dedicated to Kim?
Yeah, absolutely.
The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away. He's incapable of blushing, but if he weren't, he'd blush.
Good, good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
Workers of the world unite?
Yeah, yeah.
Evening will come. We will sow the white sail. Workers of the world, unite! Huh?
Silence.
Now it's bedtime. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose theoretically we could wait for Kim to go to bed and then we could go and see Klasia.
Well, we have to ditch him.
Yeah. Right?
It's getting
Yeah.
late, and
Bye, Kim. And now I don't sleep. And yeah, we can go talk to Klasia. We can also bother Kim after hours. That's a fun thing to do. Let's do that. I have to go upstairs anyways. Okay. I'm just gonna quick save just in case. Hey, Kim.
Kim.
The lieutenant's door is closed. No response. What are you doing? Still, no response. Doesn't he want to go for a little drive? Anything to not face the hanged disco man yet.
Tap out the tune Kim whistled.
You hear the sound of a drawer closing, followed by the shuffling of feet.
Is that you, detective?
No, thou art God.
Yeah.
Midnight Drive.
To clear our heads from what? Sleep?
Sleep is what he needs most right now.
Good night, detective.
Fine.
I guess. Kim's no fun.
I should have said I was Gart, manager of the cafetorium.
Hmm. He would have hung out with Gart.
Probably. Probably thinks Gart's cooler than us.
What if Gart is cooler than us?
No! Ooh. Interfacing or hand-eye coordination to catch the flowers.
Hmm. Je ne sais pas. Interface or hand-eye coordination? Let's see.
Alright.
Sorry, just looking for them now.
Hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination? Okay.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. Just a glance. Then takes a drag of her cigarette.
Awesome. Hello.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions.
What's this?
Pertaining to a murder investigation.
What's this flower?
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
Sudden change of topic.
All right. I like it sudden.
Let's talk about Sunday night.
Yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer.
It's one of the first things I remember doing in Elysium.
Yeah, I guess so.
Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
Oh. So, my disaster zone.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
Loud disco music, you say?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
We go on, alright.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it.
What was I singing?
That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
You sure I wasn't being assaulted by a horrific necktie?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
It prides me to hear this. Tell me there was more.
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
She feeds herself another cigarette.
I think that's all we have to talk to her about.
Okay.
Bye. I think we have time for a dream.
Oh boy. So did I just blow the chance of the visual calculus check that points us to the island?
No.
Okay.
I think if we see the hole in the wall, it works. But also Classia will set it up for us if we fail.
Okay.
She'll get the string out. Doodly-doo.
It's getting late, Ed.
Ah!
It's getting late.
Kablam.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Sleep.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning, spinning, tell me, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash, the bang, the endless learning experience.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now.
It's quite a nice
Hmm.
phrasing.
Yeah, that we are made from the world, or we are something that the world spends some of its time doing.
Yeah, but that it's aggregate over time.
Yeah. That, your perimeter is not nearly as well defined as you want to believe, or you might want to believe.
You can never forget this shit.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
Yeah.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Building communism. This time we won't fail.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Pillow?
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
You seen my shit recently? I've really gotten it together.
It's good that your personal
What happens when our shit singularity evaporates?
About political matters of world
Like you just sublimate solid to gas.
Yeah. Are we emitting X-rays now?
You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism, but it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
Yes. Mole people. Will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder?
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff.
What?
It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
Well, I don't know if I want to go searching for mole people.
They're not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them.
How do I find them?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
You must mean my nose, as in my huge and highly functioning brain.
No, we meant your nose, as in that swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists.
Just gonna open the door. Communism.
We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
Yeah, what does communism smell like?
Failure.
Oh. What does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh.
I mean, communism does actually have a smell. As it turns out, very early this year, I ordered a surplus Soviet rain cloak that I wound up completely forgetting about, and it arrived yesterday.
Was there a mango?
There was no mango, but it definitely smells powerfully of mothballs.
Oh.
Also, I can't wear it anymore.
It's a long pandemic.
Yeah, it's because of the pandemic. Yeah, that's why I can't wear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, flawless timing on that purchase.
Yep.
Really.
What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix.
The shack doesn't have a shower, though.
People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinez. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them.
Let's do this.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact.
To Emily, we did have a bath so that we could do smooching later.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't, I believe, take our clothes off.
Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic.
Let's get it on.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead. There it is. A brave little army in your pocket. The first smoke's
Ignoring it again.
You've passed up
3 hours.
Rise and shine, comrade, despite all
I
the
already
thinking
did
you've been
this.
doing. Only you must see, but it won't be. They live underground. Let your nose guide you. Yes, for we really have no idea what. First, again, no. Here we go.
Alright. It's still there? Okay, let's just walk away. Walk away until the thoughts go away. Alright. So now is a good time to end.
Yeah. Let's thank subs.
Yeah. Let's start with E-Block, who gave us a bunch of bits for the karaoke? No, it was for looking at the stained glass.
Yes. From the year 69.
Yep.
Ronald McDownload for 36 months. Happy 3 years.
Baron von Popenoff, 58 months. Thank you.
Wedge _ Christ came back for the 25th month. Thank you. I'll never stop doing that, by the way.
Damn, Wedge. 3 4/5 gifted 5 subs. We got Hypo Holly, Timberhawk 32, Jack of Spades, Malum Renee, and Lionheart. Hope you enjoy.
And Tanella came back for the 72nd month. Happy 6 years.
All right. So, we're still doing more of this, and the Let's Know will be in here soon to continue Bloodborne. And this week I'm starting a Play It Forward of Horizon Brave New World. Horizon Westward Ho.
Yeah.
The old
Horizon
West.
Manifest Dinosaur.
Manifest Dinosaur. So I'll be starting that on Thursday morning. Keep an eye on the schedule at loadingreadyrun.com/live for updates.
Yay.
Any other things to mention?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, ow! On Thursday, ow! The lung game is doing their final doot.
Yes. We're going to, I believe we're going to try to finish up the main campaign of the Witch Queen. It might be a longer stream.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right. Later, everyone.
Later days.